So the other day when I was making content about is the MMORPG genre waiting to die, a person from Triune Studios commented, and as I was following up on who they were, I saw this video in the bottom corner. It said MMORPGs should not have microtransactions. And I thought that's a really bold statement from an MMORPG developer because we all know MMORPGs have to be funded. Now, most of us know the standard funding models are box price, monthly sub, and cash shop. And then inside a cash shop, you can have cosmetic only, you can have quality of life items, and you can even have straight pay to win items. Now, some games use usually two, but the two biggest MMOs on the market, they use box price, monthly sub, and cash shop. Now, World of Warcraft, of course, only requires you to buy the most recent box. The rest you get for free. Final Fantasy gives, I believe, the core game and Heaven's Word now away for free, and you have to buy all the other expansions. As I took a look at the two biggest cash shops, I was shocked to see just how many cosmetics WoW is selling. I mean, this is a lot of mounts for $25 a pop. A couple of the discount ones are $15. Selling pets, and then you're selling toys, you're selling transmogs, you're selling game services. Now, game services is an interesting thing. You can boost to level 70. Final Fantasy XIV also allows you to skip the main story quest and level skip. So some of these things, they got to make money. Final Fantasy XIV is a little bit more embarrassing. I think they have more items in their cash shop than are available in game. I mean, they sell everything from furniture to holiday attire to the outfits that the NPCs wear. And it's no different than with, say, Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars 2 is a box price that also has microtransactions. Elder Scrolls Online is a box price, and for the DLCs, a box price for the game, and optional subservice. One of the big things is many Korean, many Asian import games, they come to us with a free-to-play model with sometimes an optional monthly sub. The problem is the monthly sub is almost mandatory for the strength of the bonuses it gives, and then they sell straight pay to win. Now, I think that's a problem, because what we end up doing is we end up just calling them microtransactions. We've gotten away from saying pay to win, and we've been indoctrinated into this idea of, oh, it's just a microtransaction. But when you have a discussion with gamers, they are outright going to tell you most of the time it's pay to win versus quality of life. And pay to win is bad. And most of us slam our fist on the desk and we say pay to win is bad. Except whales, they're like, pay to win is okay. They'll start to quibble, or they'll start to move the milestone markers, and you'll say XP boosts after launch aren't a big deal because people are already max level. So who's it hurting? Well, the other argument is, well, it's hurting the journey of the game. If the game was designed to be difficult with the idea of selling XP boosts, well, then you made a bad game in order to sell a microtransaction. Anybody remember Elyon? They had levels, but you were level 20 when you finished the tutorial. Some people will argue about quality of life items like backpack size or storage size, and then that's not pay to win because, and the argument is it falls off, because I had to pay real world money for a quality of life item. What am I winning? Well, less time running back and forth to my storage. I can gather more. I can hold more loot. These things turn into a tangible benefit. And if you disagree, leave a comment below and tell me why you disagree with backpack size not being pay to win. Over the years, I used to dismiss visual progression entirely, and the reason why I dismiss it is I wear level 65 gear transmog in Final Fantasy. All these people are running around with this elite, uber, godlike appearance, and I just choose to look like a plague doctor. But I've listened to people who say visual progression is important to them, and they want to feel like they've earned something rather than they swiped for something. Now, with all that in mind, before I go any further, I want to listen to what the creative director of Eternal Tombs has to say, because this is really his video that kind of sparked mine.
We're a group of passionate hardcore MMORPG players who wanted to build something amazing. we hate where the MMORPG market has gone over the last decade. Instead of epic sieges, intense boss fights, and deep exploration with your friends, we started having to swipe our credit cards to buy cosmetics for games that aren't even out yet, or pay to get faster experience, or obviously all the pay to win stuff out there. And this is not where this genre should have gone. This is the greatest gaming genre ever. And quite honestly, personally, it has helped me through some really difficult times in life. And I love this genre. It's a huge passion of mine. And we intend to innovate and push this genre back into the direction it should have gone to start with. So that being said, Eternal Tombs is a microtransaction free game. You cannot buy anything in the game, including cosmetics. Everything is earned in the game, exactly how it should have always been.
Now, that's a really bold claim for a game developer who's ultimately blocking themselves out while their game is in development from ever being able to have a cash shop, ever being able to do microtransactions, because that clip is on the internet. So that clip is forever. It kind of speaks volumes of the caliber of developer. They don't want to have to swipe for cosmetics for games that aren't even out yet. They don't want to swipe for XP boosts. They don't want to swipe for gear. And they're trying to build a game around that. And I thought, oh, that's easy. Let's look at what their monetization is going to be. So if you come over here, you come to their FAQ, you can get into their frequently asked questions, and you can scroll down to how much will the game cost? And Eternal Tombs will be a box price with an optional sub. And the optional sub will be for those who have 2 or more characters. And I can agree with this. I think you have an MMORPG, you have 1 character. If you want more than 1 character, then buy a sub. As long as nothing else is included with that subscription, I would say this is fair. I would ask the question, why would somebody not just buy a second account, second game client? Because if the subscription is only for 2 or more characters and I only want 2, just buy another copy of the game and not have a recurring cost. Maybe that's something that the developers have thought about, or maybe it's something they particularly don't care if a player does. Can I buy in-game items with real money? No. Eternal Tombs is a microtransaction-free game. Cosmetics and pay-to-win items are not available by purchase. All gear, experience, cosmetics, and gameplay items are earned through in-game efforts and solely through those means. I hope they can stick to it. I really want to see a new game come out that goes with a box price and a sub, even an optional sub. It'll be interesting. Can they keep the lights on? Can they continue development? Can they pay payroll if they don't have that reliable source of income? Do you have a Kickstarter? And when I found this is really what has kind of made me want to cover Eternal Tombs more. Eternal Tombs is privately funded 100% to completion. There is no Kickstarter or crowdfunding for the game. This is what I've been saying for years. MMORPGs should not be allowed to be crowdfunded. You should not be allowed to transfer the risk from the developer to the player base if the reward also doesn't transfer. So this team, they're building a game, they're going to privately fund it, and they're not doing a Kickstarter, which really does mean they are fully funded. No Kickstarter means they have a plan. Other game companies have said we're fully funded, but they've done a Kickstarter, they've done pre-sales. So was it fully funded, or did they have a plan to fully fund? And finally, how can I support the game while it's in development? Sign up, talk about the game, share it with your friends, post it to social media, stream it when you get to play it. We need your help to get the word out there, please. I am more than happy to help a company if what they're trying to do is build an MMORPG that changes the genre, and they're not asking for any money up front. All they're asking for right here, wish listed on Steam to help them get more visibility. Share it, leave a comment on their official videos, start dialogues, go to their Reddit, start dialogues over there. I mean, I think we need to support some of these small developers who are trying to bring the MMORPG genre back to what it was. If you saw at the beginning of the video, I talked about the genre is dying. I have a video on that. You can go comment on that. I think this development team is a good group of people that are trying. I'm going to continue to dig into them. I'm not 100% sold. It's not sign up now. It's not let me in. I've been invited to some testing. Hopefully it's going to turn out to what we want. It's scheduled for release in 2025, so we have a lot of time to put eyes on it before a launch date. If you guys have any comments, concerns, complaints, you want to talk, you want to debate, go back and forth about monetization or what's good or what's bad or what's a quality of life or what's pay to win, leave those comments below. I'd love to engage with you. I will see you guys next time.